and welcome to The Gist. It's still early in the year, and with many months stretched out ahead of us, it's exciting to imagine what lies ahead. Yet such excitement is often dampened by a fear of failure. What if the year comes and goes without a sense of accomplishment? Will we just fall back into old habits we've been trying so hard to break? What if we keep making the same mistakes we've made before? In fact, fear of making mistakes is so common that most of us hold ourselves back from doing certain things we actually value a lot. But getting to the root of this fear can help us understand how to move through it. If we peel back the layers of our personal history, there are generally some clues as to what makes us more or less risk-averse than others. Perhaps we had families who taught us to take the safe route, or we grew up in a perfectionist, punitive culture that didn't allow room for mistakes. Perhaps life experiences have made us easily anxious in the face of decisions that involve risk. Or maybe we just want to avoid difficult feelings like disappointment, embarrassment, and rejection. But the more we cultivate our appetite for making mistakes, the more likely we are to take a chance on life, and the less time we will spend paralyzed by inaction or steeped in regret. After all, it's energizing to aim for things slightly out of reach, things we think we may never accomplish. We can manage our expectations about such stretch goals, but there's something really motivating about even trying. Because not trying, while it feels safer, deadens us on some level. I'm not suggesting taking undue risks or reaching for things wildly out of grasp, but we can certainly dare ourselves to dream bigger than we might otherwise. Allowing ourselves to make mistakes also gives those around us permission to do the same, whether it's people we work with or live with. Imagine working with a boss who models a fair but forgiving approach to failure, or a family environment that makes learning from mistakes the norm rather than something to be avoided. With my own children, I've realized the importance of sharing my mistakes, even more so than my successes. Of talking about setbacks and heartbreaks that were deeply disappointing but ultimately manageable, and how outcomes that seemed bad sometimes led to new and wonderful things. I hope such conversations will ground them in a healthy attitude towards risk and allow them to see their own mistakes as an inevitable part of being human. Author Neil Gaiman portrays failure as integral to living a full life. He says, "I hope that in this year to come, you make mistakes. Because if you're making mistakes, then you're making new things, trying new things, learning, living. You're doing things you've never done before, and more importantly, you're doing something. Don't freeze, don't stop, don't worry that it isn't good enough or it isn't perfect. Whatever it is, art or love or work or family or life, whatever it is you're scared of doing, do it. Make your mistakes next year and forever." I hope Gaiman's words inspire us all to take some steps towards the things we really want to do but are afraid to try, and remind us that we are strong enough to handle the challenges and emotions that come with trying anything worthwhile. On that note, wishing you a great week ahead. Be well and see you next time on The Gist.